Check this out. I'm gonna blow your mind. Non-life can become life. Non-matter that's living can become living. But you say, how is this possible? Aha, well, this is the mysteries that we will find out. It's pretty freaky, right? Non-matter, non-living matter can become living. In other words, the dead can become living. But not a human, though. An organism. It's not an animal, because this is before human. This is before animal. This is when protons, electrons cancel each other out, form a system. It's a huge process. The bacteria flagellum, it's basically you can't see under, you have to see in the microscope. This is what forms a cell, and it's basically a machine. So if this is true, if our cells are machines, then there has to be, or most likely will be, another, what do we call it, race than us, another species than us. Now, whether they're still living, who knows? But there's so much out there. There's, like I said, there's got to be at least one more. Because if we came to exist from a huge ratio, there's got to be at least one more species out there. Race. Alien. You know? And this is where we go to the unknown, right? How non-living matter can become living. Non-living means it's dead. So the dead come to life in this matter. But they don't have brains. They're not animals, they're not humans. This is before humans, before animals, before plants. This is the process of how the non-living creates living. It does itself. There's a whole process. This is where it gets to Autogenesis. How everything was created naturally, not supernaturally, no God. It's created naturally, non-living. There's a million-year experiment, several different experiments. You apply electricity, you get life. We just know very little about this, Autogenesis. It's been maybe 2 years at least or something. It's pretty new. Autogenesis. No matter how far back in time you go, things can create and reproduce themselves. For instance, you might think these are miracles, but like I said, these are things with no gods. Yes, life is strange. It is strange, and it's going to be more strange as we go to the unknown and learn more stuff, and science will have to be written and mathematics have to be written. There never will be a God, because that's not the cause. If there was a God, who created that God? Remember, something complex as a God is intelligence is very hard. It makes it even more complicated, because in intelligence had to have a creation of intelligence. So this is why non-living matter can become living. Makes sense. It's all a process. Life is a process. No deity, no God. So there's a huge process that breaks it down, and involves thermodynamics. So what I'm thinking is how these things move themselves, what gave it this, what do you want to call it, like a powers or something, whatever. I'm thinking there has to be either another species greater than us, or a force, or something else naturalistic that we don't know in the cosmos that caused this. And it's never going to be, there had to be a creative beginning. It doesn't work that way. That's why God's will not work. I know it's hard to understand. And trust me, you have to read to understand how non-living can become living. And we only know about autogenesis. It's pretty new. And then once we learn more about this, we're going to really go to the unknown. That's why science is going to have to be rewritten. Physics, because this is things that we can't understand yet, but we will understand. And then once we find that out, we can find out whether it's the first self-replicating molecule, how that came to be about. And we'll find out how we came to exist. Now, I don't know which is going to be first. We're going to solve the Big Bang or how we came to exist first. I don't know how it's going to play out. They would seem both are tough. I don't know which could be tougher. I guess we'll just see how it plays out. And, but if we are the only species, then this means there's something else natural in the cosmos that we don't know about. And this could be elements, energy. Some people think you convert dark energy into fuel. Like I said, this is the point we're going to get to the real unknown stuff. The science is never ever explored. And then, who knows how long it would take to solve all these mysteries. Could be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years.